everyone, I'm back to talk about Polish Pickup. If you don't know what Polish Pickup is, or if you're new to the indie world, I definitely didn't know what Polish Pickup was. It is one of, it's really cool. It's not really a collab, but it's a shop that opens monthly, and a whole bunch of makers, like they create a polish for that month and the theme for that month. So it's one theme, all makers abide by it, and then everything goes to Polish Pickup. It goes through Polish Pickup. I will link the website below. And it's really, really neat. It's a really, really good way to try a bunch of makers out at the same time. And then some also do things like they'll put their top coat in, or there'll be like fun other things as well. So Polish Pickup's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do a website run through another time, but today I'm just going to show you swatches for February. So every month, Polish Pickup has a theme, and the theme for February was wild animals, and these are really fun. Some makers, everyone follows the theme, but their interpretations of it can vary. So it's really cool. Some go really literal, some go with like inspiration from games, but there's still animals in games and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to show you the swatches. Polish Pickup does open on Friday the 2nd of February at 11 a.m. Central. They open at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, so 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's the time that I go off of. So 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Friday the 2nd of February. A lot of stuff is capped. Certain things are capped. In my swatches, I'll mention if any of the polishes that I'm working with are capped. So sometimes you do want to be on, like right on time, like right when the shop opens at 11 a.m., just to make sure you can get what you want to get. And then from there, it's open all weekend. So from Friday to Monday, the shop closes Monday, the 5th of February. So without further ado, I will get to the swatches. I'll be chit-chatting a bit more about the polishes that I did this month.
So we're going to kick off swatches with Squatty-atty-atty-atty by Bluebird Lacquer, and Bluebird is just one of my faves for names. So this polish is inspired by the hairy squat lobster, which if you Google them, you'll see what they look like. They did a really good job capturing the color, and it is a magenta large particle shimmer that gives a metallic-like effect, and it shifts like magenta, gold, and orange, and then you can see that there's a very subtle purple magnetic on this as well. So I only magnetize my middle finger here, and you can see it's really nice and subtle, and then here my index finger is not magnetized, and the rest are, and you can see that really cool purple magnetic stripe. Next up, we have Rainbow Roar by Cuticula, and if you haven't tried them, they do some amazing flakies, and this is a really neat one. She went with kind of just like an image of a lion with like rainbow neon as her inspo for the wild animals, and this is pretty cool. I really like their formula a lot. I'm a big fan of Cuticula. I ended up doing 2 coats just for the swatches, and Rainbow Roar is a dark blackberry base with rainbow like UCC flakies and small shifting glass flakies. And you'll see it has really nice coverage actually in 2 coats, but you might need a little on the tips if you have long nails. And I ended up doing 3 for my video and my swatch photos just for full coverage. And then this is Hot Dog by Bee's Knees Lacquer. And this is a really the name on this one kills me. It's inspired by the Crescent City series. This is from a scene in the second book, House of Sky and Breath, with the scene between Bryce and the shepherd. And so this polish is a deep smoky purple with a matte purple to red shimmer. And you can see it built really, really nicely. And you can see the red shimmer here. And in this lighting, it's a little more purple. And you can see here in daylight, it has a little bit more grayness to it. Next up, we have Pigeon by Ethereal, and they were inspired by pigeons. So if you've ever seen a pigeon, you know what they look like. I did 2 coats for my swatch video, but my pictures are of 3 coats. And so this is pretty much like a pigeon gray base with green to blue shifting shimmer and a dusting of tiny holographic flecks. And you can really see it. You can see with this lighting how you can get both the green and the blue, which is really cool. Um, I mean, Ethereal really nailed the inspo. I really love this polish. You can't super see the graphic flecks here, but when we go to the natural light, so here you can see them. And you can see how shifty it is. You can see a lot of the blue and the green and whatnot. I try to get both sun and shade for these, but this is 3 coats over my natural nails. So a little sheer. Next up, we have Lil Lizard by Kathleen Co. And this one's so shifty. It's such a stunner. And they were inspired by the little green anole lizards that I was born in Florida, so I'm definitely familiar with them. And once again, for swatch video, I did 2 coats. I did 3 for my photos, but you can see here it has actually really, really nice coverage under 2. As per usual, I don't use a blurring base. But this is a shifty pink to bright green shimmer on a green grass base. So you can see the pink here, and then when you bring it in the sun, that's really where the green stands out. Next up is Basking in the Glow by Sassy Cat's Lacquer. This one is actually capped at 250 bottles, and it was inspired by a picture of a fox in a sunlit forest. So it has this really cool, like peachy golden base, and it has orange to gold glowy shimmer as well as gold micro shimmer. So you can see it's like a really juicy, peachy, peachy looking color. You can see this one's also pretty sheer. I don't have a blurring base on, and I did do 3 coats for these. You can see it's super glowy. It's really nice and juicy. And next up, we have I Want to See Your Peacock by BCB Lacquers, who has very quickly become one of my favorite brands. This polish is capped at 600 bottles as well, and if you couldn't tell, it is inspired by the Peacock. So it is a purple tinted base with a strong and super strong green to teal to blue magnetic pull, pink hex glitters, and fuchsia to gold to green multichrome flakes. So even on 1 coat, you can see how strong the magnetic pull is and how much it pulls. So you can see all of the really cool pink hex glitters in there. And it's really gorgeous on its own. You'll see in the natural light how like royal blue the magnetic stripe is. So here you go in natural light. You can see how blue and gorgeous this one is. And last but certainly not least, this is Swamp Gloss's The Wild Rumpus, inspired by Where the Wild Things Are, which is an amazing book. This is a blue to purple to red magnetic multichrome with violet to red to orange aura shimmer and baby blue matte hexes. So you can see um, this, oh yes, and this one is also capped at 400 bottles. So you can see the hexes and everything. It goes on a little sheer. You might want to do 3 coats for this, and the magnetic is super subtle, especially on the first coat. But I mean, I'm such a fan. Swamp Gloss does amazing magnetics in general, and I love that they pack all this stuff in there, and then everything's just beautiful. But you can see the magnetic on this one is super, super subtle, to me at least. And you can see my index is not magnetized, but the rest are.
So are you picking anything up from Polish Pickup? I love Polish Pickup because you can always try a bunch of different makers. I have a bunch of stuff on my wish list this month. Some makers, I mean, every month is kind of fun to just try something new. And then there's also other stuff that's not nail polish. So for me, I'm going for the polish bag, but there's only a handful of them, but I really, really want one. And I'll link everything down below so you can find the makers that I swatched for, so you can find Polish Pickup itself. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have anything specific on your wish list, and let me know what's on yours. Have a great day.